think we're about to start. I would like us to just bow our heads. Let's pray. Just pray. Thank you for bringing us here today. Thank Him for what you're about to receive. Wisdom is from God. Father, we thank you. We thank you for the privilege to be here this morning. We thank you for the grace. We thank you for bringing us together. We thank you for the opportunity given to us to see this day. For this is part of our destiny. We ask that your wisdom will give us the revelation. The reason why we are here today, that the purpose will be established in our lives. In the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Father, we thank you. We ask that you be the Lord over this meeting. We ask that you be the Lord over this place. Let your presence teach us. Let your spirit teach us. That we will not live here the same way we came. In the name of Jesus Christ. Thank you, Father. Amen. All right. I'd like us to, I'm sure we have materials to take note today. So we're going to begin with the reason why we are here. I will introduce myself to you, and I would like you, since we are still few in numbers, and you also go to introduce yourself so we know who is here and what we're doing. All right? So my name is St. Stephen Peters. I'm going to be representing Techxon Innovation for this seminar. And our goal is to ensure that we bring the knowledge of technology to our young Nigerians, that at the end of these our campaigns, we should be able to produce experts, engineers in cybersecurity and data analysts, and we should be able to have ideas for business. Okay? So we are into cybersecurity company. We provide services in technology, infrastructures, network. So, but we have this campaign, which is part of our empowerment program, that we empower the young people with the knowledge of technology. And this is to build capacity to have a specialization in a particular area of technology. So today we will touch 3 aspects of technology, because technology is wide, is broad. We will look at cybersecurity first. We'll talk about data analyst, and we touch business development. Then we'll wrap it up. So we would be using the slides. If there is a need to use any demo, we will do. All right? Because time has already fast-paced, we are going to allocate time for each area. We want you to ask questions because we cannot teach you if we don't know what you know and what you would like to know. Amen? Is it okay to use amen? Because we are in the presence of God. Okay? All right. So we go to begin from here. All right, so just stand up, speak loud, and tell us your name and what you do. Okay, that's good. Yes, sir. Doing what? Data analysis. Good. Yes, ma'am. Okay, beautiful. Yes, sir.
My name is Kenneth. How do you call me software?
A what?
Software engineer.
Software engineer. Nice.
Okay, my name is Orese Augustina. I'm an educator in Broken View School.
Good.
Okay, my name is Okiko Inye. I'm actually taking a course of computer stuff.
Okay, nice.
Good morning.
Morning.
My name is Franklin Chidolui, a businessman.
Good.
My name is Chisom Chidolui. I'm a businesswoman.
Nice.
And my name is Ebelike Somto, and I'm a student of University of Lagos.
You're doing what?
I'm a student of University of Lagos.
Okay, what are you studying?
Business admin.
Business admin. Nice.
My name is John Progress. I'm an aspiring full stack developer.
Poster. Oh, nice. Okay. All right. So we have different area of life in this place today. And I want to believe that you know why you are here. You see, you are here to learn about technology. Whether you are in the field already or not, you are here to add to your knowledge and how you can actually take advantage of today's technology to empower yourself. The goal of this training is to be able to look beyond what is happening around us in terms of employment and business, to see beyond our environment. So I'm sure we're all aware of what cybersecurity is about. Have you heard the word cybersecurity before? I'm sure everyone. Okay. So what is cybersecurity? Or let's rewind. What is information technology? Someone try to call us? Okay. Oh, okay. We'll have to wait so that. Oh, it's going to be every 30 minutes? Every 1 hour? Oh, okay. But you can hear me? Okay. All right. Information technology. Because I'm not going to be the one talking. We are going to be interacting. Because of that, I'm not going to tell you what I assume that you want to know, but I'd like to have idea of what you would like to know. Okay? So let's begin with information technology. When you hear information technology, what comes to mind? Because IT is what is referring to information technology. Anytime you hear IT, is information technology. And information technology is a process by which science has put together, step by step, a digitized form of processing information to achieve any aim at all. So, because we are in a church environment, God creates everything, and through the wisdom of God, men have been able to put what God has created together to form technology. So when you hear information technology, it means information that is digitally processed. And there is no data without, you need data for information. If I want to know information about you, I will ask, what is your name? What is your age? Where are you from? What are you doing? What I'm doing, I'm actually collecting data to know more information about you. Is that correct? So in the research, information technology is information that has been technologically processed. That is information technology. And inside the information technology aspect, different areas. So because the law of the universe is constant, is predictable, men would have to now use the advantage of what God has created to create technology. Because you know, there is light now. In the evening, you know that night will come. God has made it so. Because that really changed. That is called the law of the universe. You know, where there is morning, there will be night. If there is night, morning will come. Right? So because of that, you can plan that, okay, even though this night is long, morning will surely come. So, because there is a woman and there is a man, when both get married, you know, by divine law, a child, when they come together, a child will come. It's a law of universe. So you can predict that if this happens, if one is to join with one, two will result. That is how to put information together to create anything. So this microphone that you're hearing right now is a technology and is created by sound wave. And because sound comes with wave, whoever made microphone is able to look at when you don't need technology for sound to produce. Sound is a law of nature, is a law of universe. So if you clap your hands, sound will produce. You don't need light. So because of that, someone would have to now look for a way to harness that process of getting sound and bring it into technology. And that's why there is microphone. All right? So anything that you see in this place is done by the knowledge of technology. So we understand what technology is about now. So the light, the computer, everything is ideas that is put together to generate something. All right? So today we are looking at, because this technology is broad and you need internet to bring things to be in this time. And everybody is connected to the internet. Your computer is connected to the internet. Your phone is connected. Your car has to do with internet. Because of that, there is loopholes in the things that men created. Remember, human beings are not God. So whatever a man creates, there will be an error. There is no perfection. And that imperfection is what we call vulnerability. And because men always looking for not everybody that is disciplined. Among good people, there will always be bad people. So the bad ones are growing every day. So you have to look for a way to protect yourself, the good one from the bad one. That's where cybersecurity came into place. So cybersecurity, because everything technology is in the internet and is made by man, nothing is really secure. There have to be a way to at least secure the system made by men. And that's where cybersecurity came into place. So a cybersecurity is basically someone who protects, who guides a digital world, a technological world in the internet. So when you go online, you might hear different definition and all that, but I'm going to bring this knowledge to you in a more practical way, that even though you leave this place, if somebody asks you what is cybersecurity, you should be able to tell. So now, I'm going to ask, sir, what is cybersecurity? Yes. Say it again. Okay. Sir, tell us. Attacks. Okay. Any other person? Sir. Digital word. Okay. You see? So there have to be protection. There have to be guide. There have to be security. So when you build this building, see this building that we have? There are different layers of security in this building. Okay? I'm almost going to half of, because I'm not going to be taking this slide by slide like what you do in school. At the end of the day, you leave your class, you don't have the practical knowledge. So the way we do our training, we want to make sure that you have a practical knowledge that will not depart from your head. So that's why we're not going to use too many terminology, but to build a foundation that you can always remember. What is security architecture? So in cybersecurity, there is something you call security architecture. All right? So in this building, there are different levels of security. You came in through the main gate. From the main gate, you have to locate this building. And from this building, there is a door. There is a key on the door that you have to either allow you to come in. And when you get upstairs, there is another door. And from here, you might be able to get through the main door. You might be able to get through the downstairs, the door that leads to the staircase. But when you get up here, this all is closed. That's another layer of security. That is called, in cybersecurity, defense ident. It's called defense ident. That means there is different layer of security. All right? So I'm sure if I ask you what is a security architecture, you'll be able to tell me it's a different layer of security in order to protect an environment. And cyberspace is an environment. Cyberspace is an environment. All right? So because of the bad guys, I've already explained why is there bad guys. There will always be bad guys. That's why there is police. That's why there is military. That is why you have different security agencies to protect you from unreasonable men. See now? So because there are people, no matter what you do, they are bad. They are designed to do wrong. So you have to protect yourself against such people. So in the digital space, there are bad guys. They don't sleep 24 hours. They are looking for who they will defraud. Okay? I'm sure there is no one like that here. So all they want to do is to find access to what you have and take it away from you. They are after your phone, they are after your money, they are after your life, they are after everything. Why? For gain. So, because it's information technology, information is money. People are online, or bad guys are looking for information to make money. If they get that information from you, that information is equal to money that will gain from you. What is their job? They are there to look for information that they can hijack and ask you to pay for it in order to either give it back to you or to destroy it. You have a laptop. Someone would hack into your laptop and log you out of your laptop and would display a code to you and say, you have to pay 100,000 naira for you to have access back to your laptop. Otherwise, every information you have on your laptop will be erased. So if you have important information in your laptop, what do? You either pay the 100,000 or you tell the person, go ahead and destroy it. And if you don't have anything in the laptop in the first place, they will not come for your laptop. The reason why they come for your laptop is because they have information that you don't know that they have. And they know that that information is important to you. That's why they come to your laptop in the first place. So, what do? You either pay them or protect yourself, know what to do with your laptop for them not to be able to have access to it. That's where experts like cybersecurity, information technology will have to come in to know what to do. What do I need to do to protect myself for such thing? And because companies, they have a lot of system, they don't even know how many are vulnerable. So they need experts like cybersecurity experts to be hired to help them protect their company from that cyber attack. Like the bank, for instance. The MD of the bank is not the one that will be manning the gate for the bank. Someone has to create the website. Someone has to create a user. Someone has to register you. When you are opening an account, you have to give them your information, including your grandmother's name, You have to give all of that to them. They have it in their system. And that system, they have to protect that information. How you log it to your bank account. Someone is looking at it every day so that a bad person will not have access to your login and just log in and transfer money to themselves. And they are doing it every day. So no matter what you do, there would always be cyber security expert until we leave this place. So that is why you must have the knowledge of cyber security. Whether you want to use it to work as an expert or you want to use it to defend yourself, to protect yourself, you need the knowledge of cyber security. So I believe that covers everything that I've said to you. These slides have covered all of them. Are you seeing the slide? They are not seeing it. It's supposed to be displayed on the screen. Oh, all this while I thought you guys are seeing the screen. Okay, cool. So, because of time, everything that you should be reading from the slide, I've already covered them. Okay? This is you. This is people. Every day. They're just going about doing their own business and everything. You are making your call. Someone is listening to your phone call. You are browsing the internet. Another person is seeing what you're doing. So, your phone right now, there are, I don't know, most of you have your mobile phone. Do you know that your mobile phone, whatever you do with the mobile phone, is someone is listening to what you're saying whenever you are making a call? Someone, whenever you send your SMS, someone is seeing it. Whenever you send an email, someone can see it. You see? The video that you have on your phone, someone can see what you have on your phone. In your chip, your memory card, on your mobile phone, someone can actually access it, whether you know it or not. All right? You don't know? Someone sees, if you like, keep bad pictures on your phone, someone can actually see it. Even when you delete it. You know why? Someone made it. Someone created it. Because someone made it, then whatever you do with it, another person will have control over what you see. But that's where the rules of privacy comes in. They tell you you have privacy to your phone, but really, it's someone that gave you the privacy. Abby, did you create the phone by yourself? No. So they can only allow you to be secure to the extent of which they need you to be secure. So nothing is really secured. What we do as experts is to mitigate, write it down, it's called mitigation. It's to mitigate the attacks and how far they can attack you on how much privacy you can keep for yourself. And those who mitigate this are experts. That means the money you have in your account right now, someone have access to 1 million people's account, and the person is seeing billions of naira in the account, but he can't touch it. The reason why he can't touch it is because he's trained, he's a professional. He has this discipline not to touch it. But if that access is given to someone that is not a professional, that money will not be there the next day. And that person can naturally either end up in jail or decide to take the money, whatever he wants to do with it, and just kill himself. After all, he has given the money to the family. And they will tell you it's an incident. So for that not to happen, they have to now have people that are trained to safeguard such environment. And that's where you come in. So in networking, phone, bank, industries, any industry at all, you need an IT expert to be on guide. So that's why we are bringing this knowledge to you to tell you that you need to develop yourself in this space to give yourself the capacity that you need to compete here and outside this place. Now, the knowledge of technology is not limited to a country that you live. Is that true? Technology is not only in Nigeria. You know that? It's every country. Any country you can think of. If you have the knowledge of technology, you can actually work in any country, because the security here might be different from the security there, but you use the same tool. You use the same process. You use the same technology. So that means if you know the knowledge of technology, you are not restricted to where you live. Actually, because the world is a global village, you can actually do anything you want to do and be in anywhere you want to be from your own room. And how to do that is where this training comes into place. Right? Okay, so we already defined cybersecurity. And when you look at cybersecurity, many of you would think this is all about cybersecurity, when codes and all of that is being mentioned. And this thing that you are seeing on the screen, these are bad guys who use the information they have to do whatever they want to do on your behalf when you are sleeping. You might just have your phone in your pocket. You don't know that someone has cloned that phone in his own computer somewhere. So anything you do, the person is just watching you, looking at it. You will not know. You see? But because you are ignorant, you will just be doing whatever you like. And the person, since the person has not gotten what he will use to attack you yet, he will just be watching you to do whatever you like. Until that day, or maybe you become a president, or you become a minister, or you become an MD, or a CEO, and all that. Then you will know that there are things that you've done that is in the palm of somebody. Every call you make is recorded. That's why you have your mobile network. The ISP, people who provide your internet, they have everything you do on the internet that they provide for you. Every site that you go, every email that you send, people see it. And if you don't know, you think whatever you're doing in your room is private. No, it's not private. The only way it's private to an extent is when you are able to build security around whatever you do. And we're going to teach you how to do that in this course. All right, so we talk about risk mitigation, right? So cybersecurity really is to mitigate risk, assess the threat, and mitigate. What is mitigation? Is to reduce the impact that attack would have cost you. You see now? I use this compound as an environment to make my illustrations. I said there is an entrance, the main gate. There is a door that links to this place. There is a door that leads to this upstairs. And there are many windows. If you keep something that is important in this place, you have to guide yourself against the main door. So nobody should come through the main gate. nobody should come through the staircase, and no one should come through the door. And none of these windows should be open for people to come in. So there's so much you have to think just to protect what you have here. So maybe you can actually put burglary or protectors in the windows that, okay, even though someone breaks through to this place, the equipment that you have here, because it's big in size, no one should be able to carry it out of this place except you have to break the building. So for you to do that, you have make a room that someone might come here, but even though you come here, you might not be able to carry the thing out of this place. That is a process of mitigation. You have mitigated the impact of the attack that should have happened. Because they might come and take some part away, but they might not be able to take everything away. That is mitigation. All right? So we talk about how people get access to your phone, your computer, and all that. In those days, you used to see a flash drive like this on the floor. You can just pick it and take it to your system and plug it. But that's a trap. Someone has run a code on it. And when you pick it, take it to your computer, plug it, the moment you plug it, the code that's been run on this will automatically transfer to your computer and clone your computer. It's called a backdoor. So when you see a flash drive like that, it's a trap. When you see a link sent to you by email, now, these days they are no longer using the flash drive, but people still use it. I'm sure when you leave this place, you find a flash drive on the floor, you'll pick it. Every one of you will pick it. If you find a flash drive on the floor before this training, you'll pick it. You think you find yourself a flash drive, you have a computer at home, you just take it home. That flash drive that you pick, it has been put there for you to be a target. So when you pick it, they use it to have access to your computer. So today, what they use as a flash drive is a link. They send you a link, they send you a photo, beautiful photo, nice picture. That picture has been embedded with code. And when you click on that picture as an image, they have access to your computer. When you click on a link that they send to you, that's why you should not click a link that is, if you don't know who is sending it, and even though you know who is sending it, you have to double check, what is this link about? You don't have to open it on your system. That's why when you are employed in an organization, they have to give you this training. Don't open a link. Don't respond to an email. Don't click on a picture. Because when you do that, that's an access for them to come into the system. All right? So this is, we already covered this, the implication of this. When they capture you, how much money they have to make. All right? So now the security mitigation is what you see in an environment, and you create a security architecture in that area. Yes. So all right, so is a perception of an area and what you can put in place to mitigate whatever may come. All right? So, all right, so far so good. I want to believe that something is coming to your mind as to what digital world is as to what security is, as to why you need to train yourself, and the power that you have when you have the knowledge of technology. So I'm going to take 2 questions before we go on to the next. All right? All right, first question. Go ahead. Uh-huh. Okay. All right. So that's there are many causes to that. Number one, the bank themselves, they might be responsible for who should guide their system. Most of these things that you see that happen in the bank is not that, is internal activities. People who are responsible are indisciplined people among the banks. They are also fighting. See, if a thief or a criminal have access to your account, that criminal will not take just 1 naira or 5 naira. Right? That criminal will wipe your account. But internal people, because they are not disciplined, and there is no system in place to discipline them, to check them, so they can actually think they will take 1 naira. Maybe, I'm not saying that's what is happening. This one, they have a reason for that. They charge you for that. If you have 1 million people in your account and you take 1 naira each, you have just collected 1 million. And if such money is taken from your account, you will not know. And you are even lucky that they send you a notification. They have the control over if they will let you know if any money come out of your account. Right? There are some that take, you will not even get notification. But you can't be keeping up the change that is in your account. If you have 100,000 right now, the change, your focus will just be 100,000, 10, 5 naira. But the kobo, whatever is there, you might not have. But if that is going out of your account every day, you will not get a notification. The outside criminal activities happen online. They blow you like they are taking it. You will not know. You think everything is normal until they are virtually taking everything they want to take from you. All right? So the cause of that is called, in security, is called internal threat. The bank, every day, they fire people. You know why they fire people? They are staff. Because as you are watching out of people who are coming from outside, you have to also watch out of people who are inside. So such little activities might be as a result of the bank not able to control their staff. That's why people normally leave bank and go to another bank, because the bank, they don't have the capacity to discipline their internal workers not to do that. And they just put charges on you without telling you why they charge you. There are rules that you're supposed to follow. For instance, a bank nothing comes out of your account without notifying the customer. It's a standard in the banking industry. But some banks would do that without telling you. They are supposed to be sanctioned in a civilized environment. And that's why you are being trained right now that when you have this knowledge, if they make you the CSO of a bank tomorrow, a chief officer to a bank, because you have this knowledge, you should be able to enforce this policy. You say, no kobo should leave anybody's account without the explanation of why you are taking it. And the customer will have the right to come and file for it, can take you to court for it. So that is because the bank, they don't have internal security measure for their staff. It's not outside criminal, it's within. That's called enemy within. All right? You have to be careful with that in any security, in any place you are building. All right? Okay. Secondly. Oh, use the mic.
Okay. You said when you work in an organization, they will tell you not to open links, not to respond to email and open pictures. So I wanted to confirm if responding to email will make you prone to attack. Just responding to email.
Okay, yeah. So we'll get there shortly. Yes, it will if it's not coming from the right source. Email, there is something they call phishing in security. It's called email phishing. And there is something we call in cybersecurity social engineering. Social engineering. That you will receive an email as though it's your MD that is sending you an email. It's giving you instruction. You say, hey, hello, Mike. When you get to the office tomorrow morning, I want you to go to the back door, the server door. There are technicians that are coming to work over there. So give the key to the man that is putting on the red shirt. When you respond to that email without confirming if it's your boss that actually sent that email, someone may have access to your boss' email and use your boss' email address to send you that is planning an attack. So now you will see that email as though your direct supervisor is the one telling you to do something. And you go and do it innocently. But someone may have hacked into that email. So that's how they'll send an email to account officer. Say, this is MD, I'm actually traveling. Can you transfer 1 billion to so account for this payment, for this equipment? I can't talk right now. Just go ahead and transfer it, and I will talk to you tomorrow. So you that is not trained, when you see that email, what do? Because you see the name coming from your email. Someone may have hacked into your boss' email, and someone may have also duplicated a similar email like your boss. But that email, before you click on it, you have to look at the URL. You see, your company has an email policy. It starts with first name, dot your last name, at the domain, which is your company domain. Someone can create something like that and use it to send you an email you think is coming from your domain. You have to access it. That is what is called email heading, all right, in security. So you don't do that first until you are able to have a second authentication. Go ahead to do it. So anything that's urgent, you have to double check. Call your boss or reply to your boss to say, you may have to call me or I need to talk to you to assure that your email is not clear. If you have a doubt, you can reply and say, this email is not clear. I will have to speak to you to be able to give me more clarification. When you do that, you have just mitigate an attack. So by the time you call your boss and say, I received an email from you and I want to make sure that you are the one, the boss will say, no. I hope you have not done that. I've done it. You'll say, oh, that's why everybody will be running. Because an attack is going on. All right? So that's obvious one. So email. For link, the link is a back door. You should not click it. Except you are told to do so by an IT security officer in that organization. The IT person will give you a go-ahead, say, okay, we are having this training, right? So you will use this link to register for this program. Then you can use it because you know that it's coming from the right source. And what you just need to do is just your name and information. But anything that require your bank account, your information, your NIN and all that, even though you know the person that is sending it, don't give that information out. All right? So to be an expert in this field, these are the tools that you need to mitigate whatever attack that is happening online. So because this training is timed, we might not be able to go through all this. That's why we have, from the beginning slide, we have this training that you have to undergo for a 90 days program to be able to know some of these tools and to use them effectively. All right? So you can write them down. You can do your own homework and do your research about this. These are the tools that you need. All right? So we already talked about the programs. Some of these tools is what we're going to be looking at today. One of them is Metaplots. This Metaplots is you use it to exploit people. The bad guys use it. The good guys use it. So this, when you know this tool would help you to connect to your neighbor's computer, to connect to to target someone and actually attack the person's phone or attack the person's device. These are the tools that you require for that. And in any organization, as an expert, these are the things that you must defend as an expert in cybersecurity. The server and the database. This is where your information is kept. See, this one that you call data is actually a pool when you have all your information. That's where you have your information. The server is a system that has been built to put in place to safeguard and to give access in and out. And the web, because it's on the internet, all these aspects need to be defended. And this is just the end users. You can see this side where you see computers. This side is the area where people actually, you are the one, this is the side that you see. You see when you see the area that you see computer, that's your mobile phone. That's what you see. But the things that you store on your phone, they are kept in the database. They are kept in the database. They have to go through the web. They have to go through the server. So that's why you have to have this area protected as an expert. Okay? So we already talked about this social engineering. What is social engineering? Someone is trying to trick you to do something. Phishing. Phishing means like when somebody dropped a link, send you a link, when somebody dropped a flash drive for you to pick up, that person is actually phishing. Phishing for who will fall into trap. That's phishing. All right? Credential reuse. You go to your ATM, you put your password, or you go to cyber cafe, you put your login. When you are done, you did not properly log out, and someone just continue from where you stop. Credential reuse. This malware attack is when somebody sends you a link. When you click on it, because the malware virus has been embedded in that attack. Once you click it, the person will have access, can actually hijack you. It's called man in the middle. They force you out. So you see the web attack, see users attack, you see the web attack, and you see the database attack. Those are different attacks. So the tools that we go to learn at the end of this training, if you decide to educate yourself more, then you should be able to protect yourself against any of this. Right? All right, so that is for that segment of attack, social engineering, and all that. So if I ask you, what is social engineering now? You should be able to tell me what that is. Any question? So we're wrapping up on this. Now, this is the devil. It's showing everything that you use today. This is the process. And as an expert, you should be able to know what this is about. So you can look at, you start from the green area, you see the planning. Any system is built, there will be a planning stage. And after planning, what follows? There have to be like a design. After design, there have to be process, like coding, try to put the things together. And after that, they have to integrate it, they have to monitor it, they have to deploy it, and it has to be in operation. That process applies to everything that you do in technology. So this, what is it called? This keyboard, if someone starts the planning, it's called the planning process. What do we need? We need an organ where you can press some keys and sound will be coming out. Someone has to bring it up as an idea, plan it, and design it, and test it. And with this right now, because it can be connected to the internet, if this keyboard is connected to the internet and your phone is connected to this internet, if somebody break through this keyboard, because the person is able to get into the network, he'll get the phone. Anything that is connected to the internet, as long as you are on the same network, if you have access to one, you have access to all. All right? So we go to discuss that. If you have any questions before we proceed, let's go, because we don't have much time to do this, but we are still going to discuss this further. So any questions so far? No? So we can, and let them know if those that are watching online, if they have any question, they can send it in and see how we can respond. Okay? All right. So give you a break while they're trying to find out. So we'll move on. So far, so good. Anything that is not clear? Yes. Take mic.
Okay, my question is, you mentioned something that there should be an expert that will be able to like secure your information. How are you going to make that expert happen? Like, for instance, the link that you explained, that, for instance, now someone sent me a link. How will I be able to detect that link, that this link is fake? For instance, now I employed for a job and they sent me a link to like feed so that they're able to come for interview and all that. How am I going to know particularly that this link is a fraud link and this link I'm not supposed to like click on it? Because you said that we should not click on it from our laptop, that maybe we'll use phone or any other thing. I'm not quite clear on that.
Okay. All right. I'm sure your question is, if you are employed and the link is coming from your employer, you should know that this is coming from your employer. I'm saying for security reasons, you have to contact someone who sent you the link to say, I received this link. If you are not sure, I received this link. What am I supposed to do with it? The person will say, oh, we want you to fill your information. At least you have heard from someone who sent the link. But if that link is coming from nowhere, you don't know where that link is coming from. That's why I said if you undergo this training on your own, you should be able to know whether the link is malicious or not. That's where you need this training. You need this training to be able to know, is this coming from the right source or not? Should I click it or not? Do I have to click it, or I need to click it in a different system? Okay? So then, I did not say you have to open it on your phone. No. If you don't have to open it at all, don't open it on your laptop, don't open it on your computer, don't open it on your mobile phone. If you are not sure, that's the only way you can safeguard yourself. Because if you open it on mobile phone and they want to hack into your phone, they hack into your phone. If you open it on your laptop, they hack into your laptop. So if you don't, the best way, just delete it. Delete it if you don't know where it's coming from. But if you know where it's coming from, then you can click it. All right? All right. So this area of IP, then we'll to work on the internet, you have to need an IP. You have to need an IP address to do anything on the internet. So you have to actually have, for me to talk to you, for me to call you over the phone, is because your phone has an IP address. That's why my phone is able to reach you. Otherwise, if I call one call, the call would have gone to every other person. So IP enables you to send message on the internet and receive message on the internet to go to the right source. So without an IP address, you cannot communicate over the internet. Everything that is done technological-wise must have an IP. And for you to know who is a bad guy or who is a good guy, it depends on the IP. Where is the IP coming from? Someone might be reaching to you from China or from Russia. You should be able to identify where this IP is coming from. So if you are in an organization, you should be able to tell this is a bad IP address. So whatever information that is coming from this IP address, I don't have to trust it. And if you are employed in an organization, every computer that is given to you, it has an IP address. That's why they are able to monitor what you do. Without the IP address, you cannot know who is on the internet. Anything that can be on the internet must have an IP address. And you can see this is a private network IP address. You can see a different IP address. Your job as an expert is to assign this IP when you employ or when you deploy. If you're an IT person in a company and your job is to bring in new employee, you have to create an IP address that is in the range of your organization for those people that are coming in. And when the people are leaving and the system, you don't want them to go with that IP, you can actually remove that IP from the system and assign a different IP. So your job is to assign IP, because without an IP, there is no communication. All right? So you know what an IP does. An IP is like an address book on the internet. So your phone must have this IP address. You can see both your phone, your TV, your refrigerator, your camera at home, everything has an IP. And without an IP, you can't sub the internet, including your printer. They all have an IP. And this is how it looks in an environment. Every device has an IP. So now, when you have all this system put together and they are on the same network, if one person have access to one of these IP, the person can actually have access to other devices in that environment. And this is what is called a network environment. All right? So without the IP address, you cannot be on the internet. So we'll talk more about that. This is how you can set your IP. You have static and dynamic IP. So all this will be discussed in details for that training. So let's talk about domain. When we say domain, what, have a question? All right. Go ahead. Where's the mic? Yes. Okay. So the person that is, you are here today not just to train. Maybe they employ you as a network engineer or a cybersecurity engineer. If you are on that role, the company has given you the privilege to do it. You are the only one that can assign IP if you want to. But there is a system, DHCP, that is in the company that will do it automatically for the company within that network. So what does that mean? When you turn on your laptop, for instance, and you're on a network, there is a server that is called DHCP server, right? And that server, once that computer is on, because that computer needs an IP to do anything, that DHCP will automatically assign an IP to that computer. And that IP is just for a short time. It's called lease, right? That is, if you don't want to do it yourself, it's automatic. But if they have an engineer like you, we say, we don't want this server to generate randomly IP. We want to assign IP to each individual. So if you do that, that is called static IP. You are the only one that can assign it. That means when you assign it, you can you can have a list in your log and say, okay, I assign this IP to Timothy, and I assign this IP to Mary, and I assign this IP to Mike. You know your IPs. So when you monitor your network to know what is going on, you have to look out of the IPs that you assign. So when you see on your network a different IP is not coming in, that's where you now have to dig deep to say, I did not assign this IP. Who is this person? Now you can now take that IP and search who this person is. So if it's not IP that you sign, you cannot block that IP. I say, we don't want you on this network because you are not part of this network. Does that answer your question? Is that answer halfway, right? So you are the only one that can assign, and you are the only one that can remove, that can change it. Okay? All right. Okay.
Pertaining the flash drive thing, how is the attacker going to have access to my system since the flash drive does not have a signal emitter or anything of that nature? So she said, I'm asking because if my system is being cloned onto the flash drive, feels like the attacker actually has nothing because the flash drive is in my possession. I really need to understand this, please.
Okay. All right. So let's go back there. I think the person was referring to this, right? Okay. So if the person is listening to me, you don't have to have once that flash drive is inserted into your computer, That person has created a backdoor. It's called a backdoor. And that backdoor, what that backdoor needs is whichever code that is written on that flash drive, all they needed to do is for you to plug it into your system and open it. Once you open it, the code which they run on the flash drive would run into your system and give them an access to your computer. It's called a backdoor code. So, yeah, go ahead. You have to. It has to be on the network. The system has to be on the network. That is why if you are not on the internet, you cannot, you don't have to be afraid of attacker. The only person you have to be afraid of is someone that is in your office, that is in your house. But no system. We are not talking about home. We are talking about system. No system that can function properly without the internet. You have to have your own network. And that network has to link to a bigger network. So what is internet? Is system that is interconnected. So no bank can function in any country without internet. Is there any company like that can do that without it, except a local one? But if you must be an enterprise, you need internet. You can't actually use your phone to check your Facebook without internet. Can you do that? Yes, you must need internet to do that. And if somebody wants to attack you and plan for you, he has to, first of all, this flash drive, if the person is listening, not just person having access to you, but this flash drive, even though you are not on the internet, once you open this flash drive on your computer, that person can erase all the files that you have on your system. You don't have to be on the internet to do that. That person can actually format this flash drive. The code depends on the code that is run on it. Once you click it, your computer can wipe out. So the attack that can be done with this is not only to clone your system, but to do other harm. The computer can just run that code and wait, nothing will happen, and wait for the day you will connect to the internet. The day you connect to the internet with that laptop, then that back door will open. They will have access to what they want to have access to. They can also run Trojan and those viruses on your computer. And what is the reason for the viruses? Once these viruses are there, the viruses will be eating your memories. And now that they are mining digital currency and all that, a lot of people are looking for computer power, which they need a lot of computer memories to mine, right? So if they have access to your system, they are not only using your information, but they are using your computer power. Before internet, the reason why I was talking about the IP, before internet, do you know that you don't need to connect to your computer before whoever that make your computer will be able to shut down your computer? Because you have a MAC address. A MAC address does not need internet to work. Every device that is created has a MAC address. And the manufacturer can actually shut that system down, whether internet or no internet. Okay? You want? Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Delete your profile.
From your own system?
Yes.
No, yeah, that's where the mitigation comes. Once you find out that you are being attacked, the first thing you should do, if you were on the internet, disconnect from the internet. If we were on the network, detach from the network. That's the first thing you should do. First of all, turn off your data. Take yourself out of the internet, because once they have access to your internet and they want to copy your data, it might take a while for them to transfer your data from their computer to their computer. But if you are able to break that chain, which is the internet that is connecting you and their computer, the process of transfer will stop. The process will be corrupt, or whatever file they are transferring will be corrupt. So the first thing you do is disconnect from the computer. Secondly, is shut down your system. Sometimes attackers might prevent you from shutting down your system. You have to be struggling. You will not know what to do. You don't know if you should smash your computer or you don't know. You just be, they'll tell you, you can't even find the shutdown button. Even when you are pressing it, it's not shutting down. But even with that, what you need to do, hold down your power button for a very long time. The system will go off. And once the system goes off first, you are not on the internet. At least now you can now remove your shirt and breathe first before you now know what to do. Okay, if you have anything important in that place, in that computer, all you just need to do is tell them to take the hard drive off the computer. Remove the hard drive, use another program to scan the computer first and make sure that there is no virus or anything or of any kind. Your files are not corrupted. And that's why you also have to have a backup for your information. They might just employ you. All you will do for the company is to do backup, to back up all the system, so that if anything happens, they can knock off what is there right now and take their time to secure the system, then restore from the backup. So somebody's job is to do a backup. So that's why we say you don't have to do everything. You are not into the technology to do everything. You are designed to do just one thing. And you'll be trained and have competence in that area of your expertise. So that's why we are even here today. So when we give you all this information, then we will narrow down to what you can actually focus on. One thing at a time. You don't have to do everything. The job is not for you to do everything, but to find the area of your competence that you can actually master and say, I'm very good, and back up and restore. My job is to monitor the network. I already show you the tools that you need. Every day you go to work to monitor what is happening, whether there are bad guys or there are good guys. And your network monitoring is not just going to be for external force, but within. If somebody is using a computer in a company, you, as an admin, you should be able to know what the person is doing. And that's where we get to this domain system. So the domain controller, as a network engineer, is to connect all network, every system in one place, where one place can actually minister any setting. So in any network, there's a place you call an expertise that is specialized in domain controller area of that system. And in every company, you have it. When you are employed to, or when you get admission into any institution, you know there are many computers in that school. There is an office that controls all the computers in that school. And that office, they are the one that will create your username. When you lose your password, they are the one that will say, we will reset your password for you. You know why they are able to do that? Because they see all your information. You see everything that is going on. Then if you also want to see what the people are using the computer to do in that environment, you should be able to see it. That's your job. And that domain controller connects all the computer networks, and all the computer network is be configured and managed in that one computer, which is called the domain controller. And this, we would also teach you how to set this environment up in your computer. We would train you how to set this environment, the way it works outside. We have a visualization system that you can use your computer to set up this environment. You would have a domain controller, you have Active Directory that will connect this. So you can see there is users on this side, there are domain, and there are objects. Everything you have in the system, there has to be a one place that controls everything. And that place is not the only place, because that's a single point of contact. If anything happened to that point, if anybody have access to this domain controller, he has access to everything in the system. This place is actually dangerous. So you have to learn what is called Active Directory functions. Anybody that is Active Directory manager will be the ones that usually create a password for you, create a username for you, assign a new computer for you. When you join an organization, when you are employed, the person's job is the one that will, okay, this person will be joining us at so time. So the person will prepare the system for you, assign whatever you need to work, and the person will give you the privileges that you need in that network. Because there are places you can go, and there are places you cannot go. If you are employed in an organization, that is called different level of privileges. Right? So this is how the Active Directory works. This is how the user, everything that you need, one person, John, Alex, Bob, and everything is stored in one place. Right? This is how it works. So if you lose your password and you say, oh, I need my password to be reset, all the person just need to know. The person want to know your username and say, what is your username? You say, we'll create a password for you. But because of the policy, you are also advised that even though you are the one creating a password for person, you should give the person opportunity to change the password to their own password so that you don't have to know their password. That's privacy policy in any company. All right? So these are the DSC server, like the question that you asked, who assigned IP, who doesn't assign. If you have this DHCP server, will automatically give out an IP. And once you shut down, when you kick up that system again, another IP will come. So that means it's not going to be a permanent IP. That's where you have static and dynamic IP. All right? So this is the things as a network enterprise. This is what you're going to be doing. Switches, hubs, and all of that, those connections is what you're going to be doing. And when you have this system in place, it's going to be the last, what is it called? When you have this system in place, like I said, everything has an IP. The domain controller, you also have the IP translator who tells the computer or the system, this is it. Even website, like all these websites, they all have an IP. This IP is what you see. But because you cannot know this website, like this church, for instance, you have a website, but you can call the name of the church. You cannot call the IP address of the website. That's where you need the DNS to translate the name of the church to an IP and the IP to the name of the church. Because the internet can only work with IP. It cannot work with name. There have to be a means of translating the name to an IP and from an IP to the name. Okay? So it's just like your phone book. When you are making a phone call, you are actually communicating to IP to an IP. But you save the person's name with John. So when you go to your phone book, The phone does not recognize John. That phone would only recognize the IP, the number, John's number. But there is something that has to now, when you save it as John, there is something that will translate that John to the number to be able to call. That's called DNS. Yeah? All right, so this is the bridge between the user, the name, and the devices that you will need. All right, these are the things that we're going to do in practicals. And when it comes to securing a system, the first point of security in an enterprise is called a firewall. So a firewall is what protects an external network and someone that is outside the network from the network. And this firewalls comes in different form. It can be placed in the network at different level based on the security that you need, right? So just like the bank, you have ATM. This ATM in the bank, you find out that ATM is where you keep money, cash. That ATM supposed to be inside a place that you don't have access to. Do you know why they always bring it out for you to have access to it? Because they are separating that ATM from their internal security. They don't want you to go to their safe. Even though there is money, they have just created an environment for you. They say, we know it's money that you want. Just go outside there and just do whatever you like with yourself. If you find money, fine. But our system, our internal structure, we don't want you to come inside the bank to come and interrupt it. Because once they hide this ATM inside, everybody will be going inside the bank to use it. And in the process, both bad guys and good guys will be going in and out. So that's why they make it in a way that they create the ATM, they put it in an outside for you, and in a network setting, you call it the DMZ. We call it demilitarized zone. So that means they're actually mitigating the problem that should have happened inside the network. They just give a segment of the network, you can play around this area. So they use firewall to break you out of, between you and that ATM, there is a firewall that you can only have access to the ATM, but you can't have access to the safe. There are more money inside. Part of it out. I say, just take your own here, but don't come inside. So that is a network segment. So you can see that in network, every bank, everywhere you go, you have AD, DSCP, DNS, email server, HR, finance. See, all these things and where your expertise are needed. You can just be an expert in AD. You don't have to do everything. You just be specialized in one. So when you live here today, you know very much about AD, Active Directory. You said, I'm an Active Directory expert. And what do you do as an AD person? So if I ask you, based on what we've touched, what is the job of an AD? Who can tell me? Sir, I think you should be able to tell us. Yes. The job of an AD. You see, the job of an AD, like I explained, is the one who work with the domain controller. Is those ones that come create username, password for you, assign IP, and segment you, and give you privileges, and remove privileges from you. If you are fired from the company, they are the one that would remove your username from the system. They will take all the information away from the system. They are the one that will make sure that email they created for you, they delete it and all of that. So they do their onboarding and outboarding. That's the job of an AD. So If that is the only thing that you master, and you say, this is what I want to know, you just master this, train yourself properly, and when you are looking for a job, you can say, I have a knowledge of information technology. I have a good knowledge of cybersecurity. I'm actually an Active Directory specialist. If you introduce yourself to an organization, whether here or outside this place, they will employ you. They will employ you because you have something that you specialize in. You cannot say, I'm a computer science. Computer science will not give you a job. You can't go to university and say, I study computer science. So everything that we'll be saying since, all is computer. Which area do you have knowledge? Where is your expertise? That's why people go to school, they graduate, they can't do anything because there is no specialization. No specialization. So you have to specialize in an area of an IT. Not just IT, anything in the world. You have to have an area of an expertise. So the goal now from here, as we wrap up this, is which area in this aspect that we have discussed so far trigger your interest? Which area would you want to build competence? Is it the security network? These things I'm saying to you, you must have knowledge of all these things, then specialize. Because the knowledge of these things would help you do your work very well. You cannot be an AD person if you don't know the knowledge of security, because that area of that server, you should be known to whatever goes on in that place. People comes to you because you are the only one, like she said, to issue an IP. So if you bring your IP somewhere from somewhere, it's not going to work in that environment. It's not going to work in that network. And if she discovers any strange IP because she's not the one that assigned it, that's why she can kick you out and block you. So sometimes you want to go to a place, you want to log in to some place. They keep kicking you out. You can't log in. It's because they don't recognize your IP. They don't know where this one is coming from. Someone has to be there to do it. You don't have to be there physically to do it day and night, but the person should be able to program and configure the jobs that will be doing the thing on her behalf. So you will actually program it and tell this, if this IP and this IP and this IP is not the one coming in, don't allow any other IP to come in. That's where the fireworks comes in. So an IT expert should be able to do all of that. So if they want to hire you or you want to apply for a job, that's why they ask you, what can you do? They don't expect you to know everything. They just want to know what is that one thing that you can do. Because with that one thing, you'll be able to do others. But they need one, which is your single entry. It's called the entry-level knowledge. So that's the goal for this training. So why we wrap up the network area, this is those who wants to now specialize in the security policy and architecture and all that. So when you look at this, you find out the primary reason for an IT person or for an expert is to have data availability, to have information secure, to have the integrity of information, and to have confidentiality. It's called the CIA in IT. CIA is not just the criminal investigation agent. Okay? Everyone that is knowledgeable should be able to know. You must fit in one aspect of this. The one who makes data available is data analyst comes in. The one who secure the information are the core area for cybersecurity guys. Integrity, like who asked something about email. Someone said, when I receive an email, how do I know if the email is okay or not? You, right? That is, you are checking the integrity of that email. Because when you send something through the internet, because the internet is not safe, someone can hijack that thing, change it, and what was sent is not what is delivered. You understand? So in order to let that happen, that's where the integrity checking comes in. It's called hashing. In security, it's called hashing. Hash, that is H-A-S-H, hash. It's called hashing. Confidentiality. When you are the one that is looking at creating account and monitoring the money that is in that account as an IT in a bank, whatever information that you see, you should be able to keep it to yourself and by yourself and to your organization. So if you work in a CBN, whatever is done in that CBN, you should be disciplined enough to keep it to yourself. So most attack that goes on in a bank or some places, indisciplined workers will go and tell somebody outside, oh, so person have so money in their account. It's a criminal act. You should go to jail for that if that happens, if they find out. So that's where confidentiality comes in. So no matter what you do, you alone, the video calls that you do and everything that you do, the call that you make, people are seeing it, people are monitoring it, but they have the confidentiality not to leak it or to let another person hear your conversation. It's a security policy and control. So the person, even though what is going on the internet, things are flying, as we are here right now, informations are flying, network are moving, but you can't see it because you don't have the device to see it. But someone has a device to monitor what is going. Even video, somebody is making a video call, another person can intercept it and see it. But because there is confidentiality, the person will not have anything to do with it. So, and to secure the information, this is where the CIA comes in. All right? So, I've already explained all of that in this. Everything that I just explained is integrity. All of that is in this slide. We're going to make this available to you. In any network, there is a 7-layer of network architecture, which is the OSI. The OSI model is when you have the application, the presentation, the session, transportation, network, data link, and physical. All right? So this physical is any network, any company, any nation. There are cables that are laid that have to do with the internet. Those cables are the physical layer of network. So data link is when they are able to pull it from the ground and take it to the poles and start running them street by street. So when you know this, you can diagnose when something is wrong in a network. So you want to know if it's from the application or if it's from the presentation. The application is the end users. So you now that is browsing the network, that is you are at the application level. If your browser is not working, you have to know whether is this problem coming from the application or is coming from the presentation. For instance, the presentation is you are sending a picture from your phone to another person's phone, that picture is not going to go like image. First, that picture will go as pixel and spread, breaks down to pixel, like bytes, to be able to travel through the IP system. So when the picture gets to the next person, the picture has to assemble again and become the normal pictures that you send from there before the next person will see it as picture. So sometimes if that picture is not able to assemble, you see some part of the pictures is deformed. That is, there are some data that are lost in the process. That's called data loss. Okay? So we talk about section. Transportation is the process where the picture leaves your phone and gets to the next person. All these channels, you have to specialize in the area based on what you know. And the tools that we talked about is what you might require to be able to know how to go about this, the network and other section. So in order to make sure that whatever you send out of your phone gets to the next person, is secure, that's where you have encryption. So we have what we call encryption and decryption. So that means you send something, you encrypt it, and when the person wants to receive it, the person will decrypt it to see what is inside. So that channel is called security encryption. So for instance, this simple one, you can see hello. If you don't want, when you are sending this message, you want to say hello to someone. The way to protect information online is as the hello is going, you don't want anybody to know that this is hello. It's only you. So, because why? The hello is now, you scatter the letters. It's called encryption. So if you look at the other side of you see hello, do you see the other side? What do you see? C, Z, G, G, J, right? So how would you know this is hello? This is how to. So this is encryption. So now you have to choose the number for the encryption. So that means there have to be a public key and a private key. So the private, you already have a standard for encryption. That means you have A to Z. But wherever you go to encrypt, the letters are going to pick up. So you say, I want to do an encryption with 5 key. That means whoever that is going to say, who is going to encrypt hello, we have to use after the 5th letter, then you start your encryption from there. Do you understand now? So when the information gets to the next person, to decrypt it, this is called coding. That's you code the thing so that other person will not know that this is the thing. This happened before the internet age. The time of Caesar, they'll bring a slave like this. They want to send a message to another kingdom. They would do a head cut for the slave. They would partition the head cut and say, go and meet the king. The slave will not know what is in the head. But the king, because the king, the next place, they say there will be fight tomorrow or there will be war tomorrow. The king, even the slave will not know. They say when you get there, they are supposed to kill you. So the slave will go, on this, they just bed what is there. In a way that the person who is even taking the information doesn't even know what is going to deliver. Okay? So this is, when you want to use 3 keys to encrypt, you can see you start from after the 3rd alphabet. If you want to use 21, you would have to count 21 and start from 22 to encrypt. And if you want to decrypt, it has to be the same process. That is for one, that's where you have asymmetric and symmetric encryption. One is stronger than one. The one that is strongest is the one that uses more keys to encrypt. Okay? All right. I want to thank you today for this session. And I want to take one or two questions as we wrap up in this cybersecurity and network session. All right. Have you guys been learning something? Okay.
Sorry, sir. So for the journey, thank you very much for everything. At least we know that we can apply it even if we don't continue the journey. Yes. So for the journey of this cybersecurity, is there something that you should already know before you embark on the journey? Let's say you want to become a professional in any aspect. Are there like prerequisites? Maybe you must know this or know this, because I've heard people outside, I'm not a tech person, but I've heard people outside say something that, oh, for cybersecurity, you should know networking, you should know, I used to hear some funny courses that, so is it something that one must have, or this curriculum already covers it? It's like a building block.
Yes. Okay, thank you. All right, so that's good. That's a good question. Is it something that you need? See, the truth is, these things I just taught you between this short period, I don't know how far you'll be taking information. This is what people go to university to learn. At the end of the day, they don't know any of this. 4 years. You can actually go to school for 4 years for this information, but you finish from your school, you will not have this information the way I present it to you right now. That means all you went to school to know, you don't know. They just beat around the bush. At the end of the day, you come out, you don't know anything. Who's good for master? You finish your master, you don't master anything. So you see how bad it is. So education is different from schooling, right? And the way they present education for us is not okay. That's why we have gone, we have seen. I have sat in a country that have the best school in the world. In the US, in the UK, Canada, I've obtained degree in all of this country, including here, Nigeria, even Polytechnic. I had my HRD before I had my BS. And I've had more than 5 degrees outside the country. But I tell you, education, it is what you learn. It's not the books. It's not all the books that you read. Because the books that you read, they're actually supposed to discipline you to go through a system. That is why you cannot finish from school and become a doctor or become a lawyer. You have to learn it hands-on, practice. You are not a doctor. You can't do an operation if you just have your Mercy degree in school. Nobody will allow you to operate someone. Sometimes they have to start with animals, like pig or all those experiments. So you don't kill somebody, try to learn. You see? So you have to pass process. That process, if you have just wake up, instead of doing the 5 years in school, 7 years in school, and start from that process, you have to start with the animals to practice. That is what makes you a professional. So that's why our educational curriculum is not designed to make you an expert or to make you specialize. You just finish school and you don't know, you can't do anything. That's why we can't get employment. That's why many graduates are out there. Many companies are there. You know why? This thing I just explained to you now, one person is doing 5. They can't bring in another person. Why? They don't trust, they can't go through this pain or have to now teach you. They don't want you to come and be an obstacle to them. They don't even want you to come and be a threat to them. Because when you are employed, you will be trained and be told of what to do. It's not what you learned in school. It's not. 99.9% of what you go to do all your life is not what you read in school. The only thing that is profitable from education that you learn, just know how to read and write. You know how to read English and write, kind of. You really don't even know how to, you don't even need to know how to read and write to be successful. There is something that makes you successful in life. It's called the gift and stay in purpose. That's all you need. That means I want to learn something. I want to master something. And that thing is something that is already in you. You develop it. You don't need to go to computer school, computer science. How many computer science are actually working in IT company? No. How many computer science in bachelor's or PhD that have an IT company? No. Why? Because they just read it. That's not going to give you a job. Your PhD will not guarantee you having money. It is what you can do. They're hands-on, practical. So you should pursue any training that will give you a practical. You say, when you wake up, you say you can do this. You don't have to be general. You have to be a specialist. That's why they pay specialists. You have 200 graduates, everybody is looking for the same job they are looking for. Why? You study the same course. What they read is what you read. The notes they make in school is what you know. The exam they set for them is, so they push you out, they say, go and look for a job. Now, everybody is looking, where's the job? But you should be able to leave school and develop yourself with skills and say, I'm a specialist in this area. If I don't have anybody to employ me, I start my own company. And the only thing that I do is to help people to process data. That's my expertise. If you want to organize data, I'll help you organize it. But they will teach you that in school. Everyone who is teaching you in school, they don't have experience. Your lecturers, they have no experience. They have never worked in an IT company. They can't teach you how to become a computer engineer. They only teach you what they read. And it's not what they read that makes you an engineer. It is what you practice. Some of us that have gone to different schools, we can tell you this. Now, I work with IBM, one of the highest, it's one of them in the world. So, bring me your professor from your school and bring computer. Let us handle the computer. He will not be able to know left from the right from what they have crammed and teach you every semester. That's not going to make you successful. Somebody is teaching you how to make money and the person doesn't have money. What do you think? The person has not done it. The person has not been employed before. The person has not worked in a field before. You finish from school, you start lecturing from that school. No outside experience. How are you going to build somebody to be? That's a problem. That's a big problem. And that's why we are doing this. The reason for this, our training, is we find a big problem. And that problem, we have to solve it together. That means we need to be able to teach people the way of success in any field. When it comes to technology, when it comes to business. If you know something right now, and we are able to engage you. You learn this thing, you train yourself, and we are able to engage you. Most of the work that we have for the Indians, the Americans, most of these banks, networks that you have, communication network, MTN and all that, their IT professionals are not Nigerians, most of them. And there are privileges that you have to become an IT because you are not trained to do it. Indians, at young age, they already know what to do. These things that you don't know, even though you have a master's degree, they knew it because it's not school they learn it from. They learn it from training, workshop, seminars, one-on-one mentorship. They learn from their cousins, their parents. So they start developing this thing. When you go to China, these things that we are seeing, children are using it to do experiments, and they send it to you to buy. If anything comes on today, they replicate it because they have the knowledge. But we don't have it. That's why we are doing what we're doing. All right? So, any other question? Okay? Okay, so this is for the cybersecurity, and I don't know how much time we have, if time will permit us to just matter. 10 minutes. Let's please time 10 minutes to just look at the data aspects of this seminar. All right, let's see. All right, so ask if there is any questions from those who are streaming from there. But if not, let's just go ahead and just look at a brief of the data. All right, so for when somebody say, we've already looked at, you guys need a break, or we should just go on? All right. Okay. All right. When you hear of data analyst, this is one area of specialization. So what is your job as a data analyst? This is it. Your own is to collect data, organize this data, interpret this data, use it to make a decision. Business decision. Okay? All right, so what is your role, your duty? To coach this efficiency, to help and protect your organization, which we have discussed already, to analyze and to boost customer acquisition. These are all your job as a data analyst, and we look at the duties. What is your duty? One of them is this, and you use the data that you need, which we have. If we have the opportunity, we'll go to do the practical, maybe, a little while. So this is all that you need to become a data analyst. And this is what you will be doing if you are employed as a data analyst. So basically, you gather information, clean them up, arrange them in a way that you can make informed decisions based on the data that you have. Okay? All right, so, and people who can work with you as a data analyst, the banks, software development company, consultancy agency, telecommunication company, public sector like governments, marketing, manufacturing, pharmaceutical companies, and all that. So in all of this area, when you have these skills, these are the areas that you should either look for a job to strengthen you, or start a company in this direction. See? So now, when you look at the skills that you must have is at least know how to do mathematics, know how to say 1 + 1, because you are not going to be, you don't have to be good, you don't have to be a mathematician. You don't have to, because everything is done by the computer. All you need is how to use the tools, how to use the tools to process information. Those are the skills that you require. And once you have this one already, that means you are a specialist in this direction. And the only way you can prove that something when you are able to do it or you have done it. So the purpose for this is to give you an opportunity to learn these things and be able to do it. We make you learn it, we train you how to do it, and also give you an opportunity to practice, to know it. Okay? All right, so most of the things that you're going to be doing, and what is it called? Your two analysts, common of them is going to be Power BI, going to be SQL, SQL Server, going to be NetSuite, Tableau, etc. The output of your job is going to look like this. And all this diagram that you've seen, you can do this in Excel, you can do this, but you have a higher tool that can produce this for you. And the companies, all the companies that we measure right now, they are looking for someone who can do something like this. Someone who can put data together and produce a dashboard like this. And what do you need this dashboard for? You need dashboard to be able to make your decision, business decision. So if you can do this, you are a hotcake in the world of IT. Right now, if you go to LinkedIn, which I'm going to show you later, where you can find this kind of job, even in Nigeria here, you think there is no job, a lot of 7,000 jobs on data analysts is on LinkedIn. They are looking for who will do it remotely because no one has been trained to do it. But if you do this, you have it in your resume, you apply for it, and you say, I can do this, and this is my sample for my training, and this is what I'm capable of doing. They will give you the job. So that means if there is no job, any company, if you're not working right now, because you don't have a specialized skill, if you have a specialized skill, just walk to UBA tomorrow, look for their HR, give them your resume and say, this is what I'm bringing for your company. This is what I can do. I'm an expert. And this is my profile. This is my work. This is what I've done. I don't know if you are employed right now, but I want to leave my profile with you. Show it to you. When you have a position like this at all, call me. If you have things like this put together, go to the company and submit it to them. They don't have to be waiting to when they employ before they will call you and say, come, let's have a meeting. Let's see what you can do. Because the people that you have in-house there, they still can't do this because they were not trained. They get experts outside the country to do it for them. They pay consultants people to do it because they don't trust if you can do it. And if they trust that you can do it, you have not proved yourself to be disciplined to know if you can do it. You know why company will see you as a disciplined person? If you know something, one thing that you specialize in. If you can do everything, nobody will give you opportunity because you don't know how to do one thing. If you say, I can do anything. Nobody will give you a job. Just give me anything. No. Be specialized. Say, this is what I can do. Then they will give you a job because they know you. For you to train yourself to have that discipline, they can work with you. See, the Bible talks about double-minded people. They say they are unstable in all their ways. You can't be trusted when you are unstable. So that's why we train so you can harness your energy in one area. Everything that I'll be saying is a general knowledge of what is happening. After this knowledge, yourself, you will come to discuss with yourself and by yourself to say, I like this area. I want to specialize in this area. Then we can further train you there in that area. Okay? All right. So, we're wrapping up. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Yes, hold on. 1 second. Where's the mic?
Okay, so this data analyst of a thing, is it just the collection of personal data, that's somebody's data, or both the companies?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, yes, persons. No, when you say data, data is everything. It's everything, including the employee, the customer, and the company. So now, a data analyst to MTN will have all the information, work with the information of all MTN customers. And how would they work with you as MTN if you are a data analyst? They will know this area of town, Pestac. MTN should be able to know how many customers they have here. How do you think they're going to know that? It's the information they collect from you as you buy the line and register. MTN should be able to know who make the most call in Pestac. MTN should be able to tell you who is the one that does the most video call in this area. MTN will tell you that. MTN will tell you the ones who doesn't buy data at all, who borrows every time. That is, they have that information. You know why? Because as you borrow, your number, your IP address, is registered in their system. He borrowed yesterday, borrowed yesterday, borrowed the day before yesterday. This one is borrow. You see now? So, but the ones who buys data all the time, they also have it. You don't need to tell them. By your activities or what you do with your phone, they know everything. They know the one that you love the most. They know the one you use sweet mouth for. They know the one you call the most. Why do you think they are able to get those things? Because as you are working, as you are using your phone, everything you do with your phone is recorded with them. You have the log of your call. 4 years ago, the phone call that you made, they have it in their server. So if they need it, they just need to query for it and just bring it out and tell you, this is what you say at so time. And that's why the police or the government are able to prosecute a criminal. Any network has to sign that confidentiality with any government. They have to have that policy and have that agreement. Don't violate people's information. And anytime we need anybody's information, as long as that person is our citizen, you are obliged to give it to us for investigation purpose. They agree to it before they even let you start the company in Nigeria in the first place. The Nigerian government have to tell you, before you come, say you want to be an MTN, do network here, they'll tell you, This will be the profit. Whatever you make, this is what will come to us. Everybody that is your customer, we should be able to know what you are doing with them. If we need anything, we know. So get them to register. Anybody who doesn't have registration or NIN, whatever it's called, don't allow that person to make call, because we cannot tell who that person is. If they do any criminal case, any criminal activities, we cannot trace it. That's why they have to force you to register. If you don't register, they will not get your information. And if they really want to do it, if you really want to use their network, then you have to register. So, but as an expert, whether you register or not, go and do something. If I want to know that you are the one that commit that crime, that make that call, you don't have to register. I will know. That's why they have the engineer. That's why they have the expert. That's why they have the forestry guy. They have the cybersecurity guy. Just be on the network. If you like, use a VPN to hide where you are. If they will still want to know, they will know. So, right now, when you make a call, like I told you, you are being monitored. Your call is being registered. The reason why they don't come to you is because you've not done anything wrong. You've not said anything wrong. You've not said anything of national security. Important. So don't think you are safe as long as you are in this digital world. The only way to guide and save yourself is when you have this knowledge to know where to apply and to keep yourself anonymous. You can actually be anonymous. It takes skills to do that. And those who are committing crime, they are becoming anonymous to do it. And that's why the cybersecurity experts are always going after them, because that's anonymous they become. The experts are also anonymous. They know where to find you in the dark web. So it's better to be on the good side. If you're on the good side, no matter what happens, you know when a bad guy is coming. You know where the good guys are there. All right? So the knowledge is very important. This knowledge of technology, when you gain it, not only helping you to make more money, it will help you to safeguard your life and your family and asset and people that you love. And to know what to do and what not to do. Okay? All right. Any other question? All right.
Okay. Another question from those watching online. It says, speaking about encryption, do apps like WhatsApp actually lie about their end-to-end encryption? I'm asking because you said people who own apps sees everything that goes through them.
Okay. Yes. See, everything, like I said, nothing is actually safe. If I'm answering your question, someone creates the encryption algorithm, but encryption is supposed to, whatever you put in, that's why they have different level of. This one I just showed you is just the basic encryption. There are algorithms that have been done to do it on their own. They call it a black box. So that black box, they assume that when you put something through from the left, however, whatever scrabble the data inside the box and comes out on the other side, you don't have to know. But for me, I can tell you that if you want to know what goes through the process, you will know, because it is humans that created it. So it can only be secure to an extent. Whatever you create cannot be greater than you. Is that not true? God created you. Is there anything you can do to hide from God? Nothing. If you think you can hide anything from God, you are lying. As long as it's the one that made you, he knows how he puts the parts together to make you. He can see everything about you. So if you design this thing, don't tell me that you don't know what is in this. But the thing is that I can, because I'm the one that created it, I can put my name on this to protect my integrity. That is, if I tell you this is secure, I will have to key myself to ensure that this actually secure to an extent so that I will not fail. See, that's why God is not happy when people are not succeeding in life. Human being that God created, especially if you come to know God as a Christian, if you are not doing well, God is not happy. The reason why he's not happy is because you are not functioning to the capacity by which he made you. Just like your phone. You just make your call and send message. Do you know what you can do with your phone? You are not using 99.8% of what your phone can do. You know that? You don't know. But people can actually do much more. But you just make call and receive text message. That's it. You buy iPhone, you spend that much, and all you can do is just make call and send message. So what's the need for that? So Apple has built in this everything that you can do with it. And it's so much. This is a computer, more than a computer. So that's why if you made something, like the person who asked about the encryption, it is when WhatsApp said is end-to-end encryption, that is right, because they have the map power, the expert who is protecting what people see from outside. But inside are the people who are protecting it. It's not from heaven, it's not from above. There are staff who are working on the end-to-end encryption. But you can't see it. They tell you that you can't see it. But if you really want to see it, you can. You just have to be a bad guy. You just have to do more deep. As long as it's human being that created it, human being can break it. If it's a security, you create security, another human being will find a way to beat that security. So what you now need to do is, as you're creating it, you are also creating the preventive measure every day. Don't go to sleep. If you sleep, they will outsmart you. So that's why WhatsApp will have to hire experts like you that are trained to smart guide 24 hours to make sure there is no room. You now, because there is a confidentiality agreement that you sign, whatever you see, you can't say it. So you are a machine of encryption. That means even though you see people are naked online, it's as though you are not seeing them. You can't come out and say you see them. They mean nothing to you. It's not your business. Your own is that just protect another person that is not in-house to see it. But before they can hire you to that level, you may have been a top-level expert to be in that level. So one way or the other, someone can see it, but it's safe. Outsiders cannot see it. But the ones that created it can see it. But to build confidence in the users, you have to tell them that it is safe. And truly, it's safe because it's not good to... It's you that can give somebody access. For somebody to hack into your WhatsApp, it's not WhatsApp, it's you. Because there is always a loopholes in the WhatsApp, and when you put something there, it's only you can see it. Like my phone, anybody I talk to, I have to do my setting in a way that no matter what I do with my phone, even from your end and to my end, I've done my own security. So you have to be able to know these things to do your own security based on your own. Because the people who created it, you can also do your own. They will, even though they want to break through it, they have to take permission from you to do it. That's where the two factors and all that authentication comes in. Okay? So it's safe, but to an extent by which the creator wanted it to be safe. All right, go ahead.
Sir, we have one more question here. Mm-hmm. It says, if what you say about encryption is true, it means these apps are giving people a false sense of privacy.
Which one? Which answer?
these applications.
No, the apps are not, the apps, they are not, it's not that they are not secure, but it's like a car. A car always have accident, but people still drive it. You can still use it. Depends on how you drive it. People buy car and crash the next day, they die with the car. The next day, another person will buy another car. Are you going to say because somebody crashed, you will not? Plane crashes every day. People still fly, right? So what they are doing is the app is providing solution if you use it the right way. But if you don't use it the right way, you fall into the wrong hand. Because nothing is perfect, right? The app, if you are listening to me, because nothing is perfect, you would have to, now, that is where we talk about scanning and vulnerability check. Every app that you made, you have to test it. You have to do a vulnerability check because every day, new things are coming up. You discover every day. That's why you do updates on your system. Do you know why you do updates? Because they know something today that they didn't know last month. And they have to improve on what they did last month. And they want you to update it so that you can upgrade to meet up with the security. There are security lapses that they had when they designed the product at first. Now, as they are growing, as they are sleeping and waking up, new ideas are coming, and they now show how security are being attacked. So they have to build up security. And they send you a notification, do an update. An update is a patch. They call it a patch to make up of what was wrong yesterday. If you have to wait that's in life too. Today, right now. If you have to wait to become an expert before you start a career, you will never be an expert. Start where you are. So the people who make the product, who make the app, they start with the knowledge they have. As they are going and they notice that, oh, this needs to be added, they add it. This one needs to be added. That's called update. So as they are updating, that thing they know, the app, they know that is wrong. Another person that is a bad guy will also know that there is a loophole here. They use that loophole to attack the app. That's what is called vulnerability. So that means your system can only be attacked where there is a vulnerability, where there is a lapses. And that lapses is what you are designed to protect, to check every day. Is this system still secure? Is there something that we need to do? Right now, if we were to make this place secure, as everybody was coming in, we will check you if you have a gun with you. But right now, if somebody shoot a gun here, now, inside this place, the next week, if they're having this kind of program, I tell you there will be security out there who scan people for gun. You know why? Because something has happened that has prompted them to know you can't just allow anybody to come in here like that. Incident will always happen. And when incident happen, then you can make adjustment. All right? Okay, so that's, if there is no other questions, we'll go to the last segment for today, which is the business development, and then we'll wrap it up. Are we learning anything? Okay. You guys need break? All right, so we just have matter, 15 minutes. Okay? 15 minutes to wrap up. All right. Now let's talk about business and other aspects of life. Even with technology, you need is a business idea. You can't have job without business. A company are out there to make business, to do business. Have you changed cards so far? You've not downloaded any card so far? You sure? Are you sure you are recording? You are recording to tape? Are you sure? Is the red light showing? Okay. So that means you still have enough space. All right. What about the audio? Is good? All right. All right. So business, the process of developing growth and opportunity in relationship with other organizations. So, what do you want to do? Battery? Okay, cool. Do you understand what business is about? The people who hired you, you know the reason why you go to school is to come and be part of this process. So you must have this in your mind that everything in life is to have this thing done. Those who create these lights, those who create this electronic, this gadget, they had a business idea. They have a business ideas and the goal of any business is to what? To solve a problem. To solve a problem. You must look for a problem to solve in order for you to have a business. So I've been a business consultant for small and big organizations. People start off a business without even knowing the problem they want to solve. So that is why when they are in business and they are not solving their problem, the company will not grow. They will die. They will stay long. They will fade out. If they like, let them start. Can you remember big companies that start, they make noise after 1 year, you can't hear them again? It's because they started. They were not sure of the problem they plan to solve. So even though right now you want to start a small business in your house, in your environment, if you start up a business, are you recording? All right. So if you start off a business, you should be able to, first of all, identify the problem that you are coming to solve. It is the man who solves a problem that makes money. So even the school that you go to, if you come out of school, you don't have any skill to solve any problem, you will be unemployed and be broke. So the goal of life in everything that we do is, what can I solve? What problem am I born to solve? What is my gift? What can I have to serve? Serving me, serving. If you are in the business of serving people, you will make money. You must serve. Service has to be the process that we started from. The two batteries gone. Why the other one was not plugged? Why the other one was charged? Oh, that's an error. Okay, so think of business. And you think there's so much problem in Nigeria, in this country. That's business opportunity. We see problem. China, they see opportunity. There is nothing like a problem. A problem is opportunity. Opportunity to serve. Opportunity to help. Opportunity to make life better. That's problem. The only problem that MTN is solving for you is the phone call that you are making browsing the internet, sending text message. That's their problem. If they are not able to solve that problem, they will be in business. If their network is cutting off, you are not able to make your call, and Glo is the one that is making the most call, you will leave MTN and go to Glo. Why? They are not able to solve your problem. So the more problem they solve, the more money they make. So as they are solving problem here, they are spreading. The reason why they are spreading is that the more they keep solving your problem, the more you are giving birth, your relationship. I say, oh, MTN is the best network. ATM is the best network. MTN is the best network. You keep helping them to bring more people to them, and they keep increasing in revenue. So the day they are not able to solve that problem, their business is gone. There used to be a network they call Airtel or something, right? There have been a network they call Etisalat. Is this still here? Eh? Okay. So now they have to change operation and organization because those who were managing it, they were failing. They have to either sell it to a more capable hand who can run it. So that's why you see they say this company is buying up this other company because they are losing. They are losing ground. They are losing competence. The value production is reducing. They are not able to produce value. So therefore, they are failing in their area, so they will leave. So every business idea is also put into this category, what you plan to do. So that idea is insight into a problem. The reason why there is cybersecurity, data analyst, and all of these things, because they foresee a problem in information technology, and they are looking for every one of you to come in to solve it. Nigeria have a big problem. The problems that we have is huge. No leadership. Number one problem. And to solve the problem of leadership, God will not solve it. Someone has to emerge one day among you to say, we have suffered enough. I have to deliver leadership to this country. And to do that is not going to come from those who are already causing the problem. It's going to come from a neutral person. That person have insight to the problem, and you are not coming in to solve it. And when you come in to solve it, you have a perception of how you go to solve it, and that is what is called a vision. In any business, you must have a vision. And that vision is what will guide you to what the steps that you follow. And the steps that you now follow to achieve that vision is called the mission. So the mission statement of any company is, this is how we go to do this to provide value for people. And our vision is to make sure that we bring technology and export technology. We, as an organization, Techxon Innovation, we want to bring the knowledge of technology to this nation and build competence and help people to be able to secure digital space and to train them to be specialists in different areas of IT. That these foreigners that are coming to take the jobs that we have, that we will put an end to it. Why? Because we are able to have people who can do it in our country, so that the resources that is going out of this country will remain with us, that we can all be prospered. That's our goal. That's our vision. And how we go to be doing it, that's why we are here today. We are here teaching you. We are going from church to church, place to place, is the mission. Our mission is to meet our vision. And if you are doing anything in life, you should have that vision. You're starting off a vision, starting off a company, even though it's akara you want to sell. You put in how my akara will solve the problem of hungry people in the street, and how is my akara is going to be different from the one that is already there. That's the strategy and the plan. All right? So when you do this, the money that you will get in your life will be equal to the value that you provide. So MTN is able to make so much money because they have more customers that they provide value for. So now your goal is people who would provide value to you, think of what you go to offer them. Offer them that is valuable, that will be equal to the money that they will give you. That is why people who charge you for something and they don't have anything to offer you is called criminal. They're actually ripping you off because they are getting from you less than what they are giving you. Our educational system is not, something is wrong. They are not giving us what we actually deserve. If they were successful, people should not leave schools and be looking for jobs. People should leave school, either set up their business or they are ready to work. Why? Those, you say, where is the job? Those who are in the aim of affairs, the government, they went through the school. They should know that if I'm in a position, I should be able to create opportunity for people. They failed in that area. So even though you that are coming in, you are coming in and you go out, not even knowing where you go to get your job. So the educational system structure is not okay. It has to be looked into. And that's why we are doing this. That means you don't have to depend on the educational section. You have to provide yourself education. You have to educate yourself because what you paid for, what you had, is not, the foundation is wrong. Okay? So you think of where you find money. We already mentioned it. Most of you, the reason why you go to school and all that, you want to make money. Where do you find money? Can you find money on the street? Yes or no? Yes. Where can you find money? All right? So that's where we say money hides in your gift. If you want to make money, money is hidden in your gift, your talent. What is talent? Is your skills, what you know, what you can do, what you can use to offer service. That's where your money hides. Okay? So gift is not only when you are a musician or when you are an actor or where you are. No. Your gift is what you come to know and master. And until you master something, you cannot make money. That's where specialization comes in. And that is one of our problems we try to solve. Why is it that people are not specialized? Why is it that they don't have a specialized skills? What is stopping us from just focus? Focus on one thing. You have people like artists that you know in this country, like Davido, Wizkid, and all that, I'm sure, even though you are a Christian, you dance to their music, you sing their music, you stream their music. Right now, you are even, they are your leader. The reason why they lead you more than your president. They are your leader. When you wake up in the morning, you listen to their song, you move their song, you buy ticket to attend their event. And when they are even fighting online, you spend your data and everything to be online and just, you know why? They just rule your life, not ruling your life, they just control your life because they have a gift that they are using to serve their world, and they become leaders in that domain, and you are the follower, and whatever they tell you to do, you do. When they sing a song, they tell you bend down, you bend down like this. They are just leading you. That's why do they have that power to lead you? Is because they have a gift, a talent, a specialized talent. They develop and they are serving it to the whole world. And that talent, because you are following them, they make a lot of money. See? Money hangs in talent. All right? So, ideas. We said money hides in ideas. Everything is about ideas. Money hides in people. When you have people, you have money. And when you have something that you are able to offer to people, a lot of people, then you have a lot of money. That's why this country is rich. One, we have a lot of resources, and we have a lot of people. We have more power. The reason why artists can blow in this country more than any other country in Africa, because Nigeria have the most population. Money hides in people. All right? So, money hides in production, not consumption. So if you make money, think of what you can produce, not what you can eat. See, if all your life you buy things and you only give money to people, you don't have what you can do for people to give you money, you will be very poor. You will be very broke. That's the problem of Nigeria. We consume, we are not producing. Without production, there's no money. There's no revenue. The reason why you are unemployed is because you are not producing. What services are you producing that will equal the money? Remember, revenue is equal to value. Value is equal to revenue. The reason why when you are in a company and they pay you certain amount of salary because you are a new person, the level of contribution in that company, the level of your experience is very little. You can't contribute so much. So they have to start you with a small salary. But as you learn, as you impart the company, the more you grow, the more money you earn. That means you are able to produce more. And in your life, if you must think of wealth, think of what you can produce. Think of what you can do that only me, I can do this better than anybody else. Production. You have to produce anything. You are not producing food. You are buying food. Most of the food that we buy, we eat, we buy. We are not producing it. It takes money out of your pocket instead of bringing you money. There are some people, they don't buy food. They make their own gari. They harvest it, produce it, they eat it. They make their own yam. They have garden. They make their tomatoes, onions. All of these things, they pay for little things because they produce. And what they produce, other people bring money to buy it from there. That's production. We have oil in this country. Instead of us to refine it and let people come to buy it from us, we carry it and give to people. And they'll produce it. We now be the consortium. We now buy it from there. What a leadership misplacement. Because they don't know. People who are in the affair, they don't know. They don't have the right education. They consume. We prefer to import China to come and construct our roads because we don't have engineers. We are not producing. We are consuming. We are consuming other people's talent. That's what we don't like, our company. We want people to have the competence to produce. You bring everything. So they make it, they so brainwashed us that as long as it's made in Nigeria, it's not good. As long as it's produced here, don't use it. Because if you use it, why? Leadership. The leadership who make it possible for the more they bring things for us, and we depend on these people who bring things to us, they put us in that condition. Nobody, remember what I said, vision. If you have a vision, you can lead. So the mess up in leadership is no vision. Nothing that we want to achieve in the next 30 years. And when you come with a vision, they try to kill it because they themselves, they don't know what is vision. So you can see that you can train yourself and become an agent of change. You can bring the change. You need to have a vision for your life. You need to have a vision for your family. You need to have a vision for what you do. If you are here today, your vision should be, I want to be an expert in one area. One of the things that I plan to achieve in the next 6 months or in the next 3 months, I want to be a professional. I want to be an expert. That's a vision. And how am I going to do it? I'm going to look for any way I can train myself to achieve that goal. You must set a goal for yourself. So we consume. That's why people don't have a lot of money. You see a young people out there, we are waiting for employment, waiting for government to provide employment. Meanwhile, you can just start producing biscuit. You can producing, what is it called? Chin-chin. If you start to produce chin-chin today, which is production, and you package it, the good idea, and give it out for free. Let them taste it. If they like it, you say, okay, you can buy. Just for someone to taste it if it's good, then you can buy. Then you start producing chichi every day. If you are only making 5,000 naira a week, in a month, you make 20,000. Side hustle, extra income. Why? Because you are not consuming, you are producing. You are the one giving out. Person is coming. But you buy chichi every day. So when you go and buy chichi, you are consuming. That's what it means by consumption and production. So money hides in investment earnings. Like stock, gold, all of these things, real estate, those are the things that money earns. All these things, why are we talking about this? Because it gets to a point that you will get to this level. But don't start from here. You should walk towards this place. Somebody who doesn't have a job, how will you get real estate? That means you have to first of all develop a skill that will earn you a job, and the job to earn you money, and that money to put it into real estate, so that you would have left the job after a while, your real estate or your investment will start bringing you money. Investment, right? And then finally, service. The services that you render will earn you money. If you don't have anything to offer anybody, don't expect any money. If you are not producing value, if you don't have anything that takes you out of your house to go and do something that will bring you money at the end of the month, you cannot expect to have money at the end of the month. So you have to look for what I can do. What can I do? Instead of you to ask somebody, can you borrow me money or can you lend me money? Ask the person, what can I do for you to earn 5,000? You can go, if you go to a company, go to a shop, any place, he said, I actually need 10,000 to travel from Lagos to Ibadan. What can I do for you to earn 10,000? Just 10,000. If I'm a manager, you come to meet me, I would think, oh, I don't have anything. Or can you wash something? Can you clear something? Yes. That thing you can do will give you that 10,000. You go where you want to go. But we actually go to places and say, can you help me with 10,000? How does it sound? What is the difference? The difference is you are bringing a value in exchange for what you are asking. And if you don't have anything to offer, don't expect to have. If you don't sow and you are reaping, you are stealing, you are a criminal. So those who are reaping where they did not sow, they have a repercussion for that. They will actually suffer deeply for it. They might be enjoying right now, but not for too long. Not even here, because life does not end here. When we live here, there is a life after here. I don't know if you believe that or not. There is a life after here. It's actually real than this one. Okay? So whatever you do, look for what you can. Don't let people offer you anything free. If you don't want to remain where you are, you want to make progress in life, don't take things free. When you take something for free for too long, you relinquish your power and you become dependent of whatever you are getting anything free from. Nothing should come to you free. You see, what can I do? Somebody offer you something free, what can I do in return? What can I do? What can I actually do to compensate for this? I actually don't like free things. For those of you who normally ask people for money, can I have this thing for free? No. What can I do for this? What can I do for this? If you have that mindset, you will be wealthy. The reason why Dangote is one of the richest person in Africa is because of what he can do. He's looking for problem every day. You are running away from problem, he's looking for problems. Money goes to those who solve problems. Now, he just built a refinery. He's going to be more richer in the near few years. Dangote sells merch. I'm sure he's selling pure water as well. I'm not sure if he's selling akara, but I know he does a lot. Because he's looking for problems to solve. He's looking for problems to solve. Solving problems, wealthy. All right? So if you join a company and your pay is not that high, look for how you can be more productive for that company. So if you add value to that company, your money will go up. And the way to add value to anything is, first of all, add value to yourself. And how do you add value to yourself? Add to your knowledge. Add to your knowledge. Oh, you don't read Bible? So, the scripture said, add to yourself virtue, right? He said, add to virtue knowledge. The knowledge of what you know will add value to your life. That is why this coming to this place today, I don't know, we've actually shared with you. We don't know how much you receive. We believe that this knowledge should add value to your life. That when you live here today, you are not the same person that come. When you came in here, there are certain level of knowledge that you have, but you have added to your knowledge. That is how to improve yourself to add value in life. There are many who were called to be here today. They were not here, but you came. That reason that you came means that you want to be far better than those that are not here today. So that is why I want to encourage you as we wrap up this. There is so much that you can do for yourself, either in person or without this. If you want to take advantage of businesses online that you can do to know what is going on, these things that we have displayed on the screen right now, these are platforms where your services and gift can be utilized to earn yourself money. High currency. You have to know what to do with those platforms. So that means access to internet, you can develop yourself to take advantage of any of these platforms. But you need a specialized training. You need to know how to do it. That's where the knowledge gaining will come in. All right? So then all of these things are the basic foundation for you to earn. So whether you work here, you can earn in high currency. And before you go online, say, I want to make money online, you have to have a knowledge of which area you want to make money that will give you money. Remember what I said. Don't expect money to come to you except you have something to offer. So with this, you don't need to travel out of this country. Traveling out of this country in the first place is a waste of time. Don't heavy people that travel and tell you for free. Just be in your purpose. The goal of God is for you to have a purpose, to have a vision for your life. And that vision, God who brought you to Nigeria, is not a God that doesn't know that there is America. You should have been born in America or born in Europe. All that you need to live a good life is here. You just don't know how to find it. Because you join those who complain about government. Those who, you are ordinary. You are just too general. That's why. You are not unique. You are not specialized. That's why. You are like every other person. You can't be wealthy like that. You have to distinguish yourself. You have to stand out. You have to do what others are running away from. You have to look for a problem to solve. The more you solve problem, the more you are great. The more you serve. Jesus said in the Bible, he said, they asked him, they said, what will I do to become great? You know what he said? He said, anyone who wants to be great must first serve. You have to render service. Service makes you great. All right? I want to thank you for coming today. So, right now, before we leave, we also give you an opportunity to have this journey with us. On the 16th of November, we just did the theory today. We have a practical seminar that is coming up on the 16th at Alausa. That's not free. It's a paying event. The flyer is going to go out. If you know someone who wants to develop themselves, who want to specialize in area, take more than one and give to the person. Let them come. When you come, tell us you were here for this church. You were here in this seminar. What we try to do is that by the end of this year, by January, is 3 months training that will teach you step by step, practical way, and you will have opportunity to win yourself computer, like a laptop, and also money to start up a business on the 16th of November. So we encourage you to tell someone about it and let the person come and learn. And if you are part of this team, we will tell you that whatever area you want to succeed in, we will guide you step by step to get there. And together, you will become of the agent of solving the problem that we have in this country. Don't think of running away from this country or complain about government after today. No. You are responsible for your own life. And how do you do it? Wake up. If you were sleepy before, wake up and say, I want to be different. If you are older than 12 years or 18 years right now, you can make up your mind today to be different, to control resources. Even though you are still in school, to change the mindset of life is hard and to come to a mindset to say, I want to help. I want to help. I want to provide solution. I want to create something. Creation depends on us. And don't let this knowledge come to you without making good use of it. So we started with prayer. We go to ends with prayer. Okay? So if we can just bow our hands. I think, gentlemen, sir, can you actually pray for us? Yes. Give us a closing prayer. And I want to thank this church, the Church of Pentecost Anglican Church here in Firstack, who has given this opportunity for us to come and to have this knowledge shared with you. And we believe that together we will change our world. We will change our world. So thank you. Thank you. The leaders of this organization, we thank you. God bless you. Go ahead with a closing prayer.
In Jesus' name,
amen.
In the mighty name of Jesus, Father, we thank you. We give you praise. We give you adoration. Thank you for today. Thank you for the privilege to be in your presence. Thank you for the knowledge that has been impacted on us, Lord. Thank you for your son that you have used to impact knowledge into us, Lord. We pray that you continue to bless him in the mighty name of Jesus.
Amen.
Even on his whole team, Lord, as they go back, Lord, go with them in the mighty name of Jesus.
Amen.
We hand over the rest of the day unto your able hand, Lord. Take absolute control. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Father. For in Jesus' most wonderful name we prayed.
Amen. All right. Thank you. I hope I'll see some of you at Alausa on the 16th of November. God bless you.